How are you today? It's Motivational Monday. How are you? How are you? Wake up, wake up. Yes, I know you're tired. I know it's Monday. It's good to talk to you guys. I'm so glad I'm back. I missed you guys. I missed you. I love you and I care. So that's why I'm here to talk to you guys today. You have tuned in to the Brave Stars podcast, and I'm your host. My name is Janice LaStar Simmons. I'm a survivor, a breaker of chains, and an advocate of domestic violence. So while I'm on that topic of domestic violence, I want to give you the number to the National Domestic Violence Hotline. The number is 1-800-799-SAFE. That's 1-800-799-7233. Share it if you don't need it. Share it with somebody who may need it. Sometimes they just need to talk. It's a hotline. It can help you. They can direct you to whatever it is you may need if you feel threatened, if you feel like something is not going right in a situation, a relationship, a situationship, whatever it is. Call the number if you should need any kind of help or if you know someone who should need help. Okay? I am a breaker of chains. What I'm doing is breaking the chain of high blood pressure and sugar diabetes in my family, starting with me, okay? I want to give you your affirmation of meditation, but before I do that, there's some things that I want to do, okay? When I started this podcast, I started it because I wanted to help people get their health in order. I was unable to help my family because I didn't even know how to help myself at the time. So I just want to help as many people as I can that are fighting this. They have high blood pressure. If it's your issue, if it's not your issue, maybe you know someone who has the issue of high blood pressure and sugar diabetes. I have high blood pressure. I do not have sugar diabetes. I'm a borderline sugar diabetic. And from what I'm told, that's because of my family history. It was in my family. It's Motivational Monday, folks. I want to wake you up because I'm waking up. If I got to do it, you got to do it. Motivational Monday. Anyway, I want you guys to know that it's a good day. Today is a good day. It's the day the Lord has made. So yes, get on your toes, wake up. Let's give the affirmation of meditation, shall we? Okay. I release all shame about my body. It is my divine right to speak to my body with compassion and care. I release all shame about my body. It is my divine right to speak to my body with compassion and care. I release all shame about my body. It is my divine right to speak to my body with compassion and care. Say it. I release all shame about my body. It is my divine right to speak to my body with compassion and care. I release all shame about my body. It is my divine right to speak to my body with compassion and care. I release all shame about my body. It is my divine right to speak to my body with compassion and care. Believe it. I release all shame about my body. It is my divine right to speak to my body with compassion and care. I release all shame about my body. It is my divine right to speak to my body with compassion and care. I release all shame about my body. It is my divine right to speak to my body with compassion and care. Be it. It is my divine right to speak to my body with compassion and care. I release all shame about my body. It is my divine right to speak to my body with compassion and care. I release all shame about my body. It is my divine right to speak with my body, to speak to my body with compassion and care. One more time, y'all. I release all shame about my body. It is my divine right to speak to my body with compassion and care. Okay? I want you to say this to yourself repeatedly throughout the day, several times throughout the day, okay? And it's your divine right. This is your body. Speak to your body compassionately and caringly, and lose the shame. Release all shame about your body. We're working on it. We are a work in progress. And as long as you are trying to make progress, there's nothing to be ashamed of, okay? Happy Monday, everybody. Happy Monday. Come on. Shake the sleep off. Get up. That's what I want to challenge you guys to do. I want to challenge you guys to get up earlier. I've mentioned that before, and some people just shrugged and got mad about it, but I'm bringing it up again. Challenging you guys to get up earlier so you can get those steps in and be stuff. Get your steps in before your day begins. Unless you can walk them out throughout the day, but you want to get active. You want to get active, and you want to get on this schedule where you start drinking your water. I ain't get you there yet. Some of you, I have not gotten you there yet because this is your first time listening in. But that's okay. That's okay. All right. So, it's Motivational Monday. Hey. I love Mondays. I'm trying to get you guys to love Mondays also. But, because that's when you get to see me. A new version. New episodes come out every Monday, okay? For those of you who don't know. Anyway, I'm here to talk to you guys about breaking the generational curse in my family, okay? Like I said, high blood pressure and diabetes. I was diagnosed with high blood pressure and a borderline diabetic before COVID hit in. But before that, I lost my father to high blood pressure and sugar diabetes, okay? Now, he ended up going in a diabetic coma. His pressure was so high, his sugar levels was really crazy. Anyway, from what I've learned, that if you can stabilize your pressure, then you can minimize or even prevent becoming a diabetic. Okay? Like I said, I lost my father back when I was in my early 20s. So when COVID hit, I had already been diagnosed with high blood pressure, but I was really not taking the diagnosis seriously, and I kind of didn't take my medication like I should have been taking it. Because like I said, I wasn't taking it seriously. I didn't think that, it's not diabetes. And that was the main thing that I thought my father had passed from. But high blood pressure is the silent killer. That's what really does it to you, But anyway, I was taking my meds now and then, and I figured I'm active. I walk around a lot. There were some other things that I wasn't doing that I didn't know I was supposed to do. Because when I was diagnosed, all they did was tell me, the doctor told me what I couldn't eat. Stay away from a lot of carbs, carbohydrates, which is breads, cereals, sugars. You know, you don't want to stay away from that. Sugars turn into carbs, and starches, all of that kind of stuff. So the way they do that, though, because the way the mind works, they tell you what not to have, and your body wants to have that stuff. You know, you psychologically want those things even more because you're told what not to have. So that didn't really work for me. And when we got in COVID, I decided to grab some comfort foods because I'm going to be working from home. So let me get a few comfort foods so that it's an easy transition. What I didn't realize was that it was going to be a long one. I never realized that the coronavirus, this pandemic, was going to last as long as it did. And meanwhile, I continued to buy and eat, I should say, more comfort foods. I continued to do that. And I gained weight. My pressure went up higher. So when the doctors were, you know, ready to start taking patients, because at one time you couldn't even go to the hospital, but when the doctors were ready to start taking patients again, you know, and following up on appointments, they had changed my prescription and increased it 10 milligrams. So instead of it being just 10, they put it to 20 milligrams because I hadn't been taking my pills regularly. My pressure was high from eating those crazy foods, comfort foods, I called them. And it really was a mess. My brother, my youngest brother, he too had high blood pressure, but he also had diabetes like our father. And he ended up having a stroke. Pressure was so high that he had bleeding on the brain, and he went in the hospital. He never made it out of the hospital, and he ended up passing from this situation. And that was kind of like an eye-opener for me. 2 months later, my oldest brother, he passed away. Now, he didn't pass actually from high blood pressure or sugar diabetes, but those were underlying health issues that he had. And 3 months after he passed, my mother passed away. Again, with the underlying health issues. And, you know, when you get 3 people who pass away in a 6-month time span, that's really a jolt. Like, what are you doing? Wake up. Get your life in order unless you want to be, you know, following this lead. And I decided that I wanted to live. I said, no, I'm not going to just let any old thing. I'm going to get healthy. So I started taking my meds as I should. And I started reading up on things because I got frightened, I'm telling you. During all of this, I could have froze and just been depressed, but I got frightened. I wanted to live. I do have children, and I figure that's something for me to live for. And for me, too. I want to live for me. So I prayed about it, and God gave me some things that I should look into this, look into that. Anyway, long story short, I found some ways to implement into my health journey that helps me to lower my blood pressure. And these are true given facts because my blood pressure has been lowered by my doctor since, you know, implementing these things into my lifestyle, where I'm back to 10 milligrams, you know, and I've lost weight. I had went up to 189 pounds, which is almost 200 pounds. I'm 5'3". That is a no-no. That does not work for me in my size because that was the biggest I'd ever been. But I was kind of immobile, working from home, eating, munching, not moving much. I go from upstairs to downstairs where I work in my basement, back all the way up to the top floor. Well, I have 3 floors here. But from the bedroom to the basement, from the basement to the kitchen on the first floor, and then back up to the bedroom. That was it. That was the end of my mobility for the day, you know? And that wasn't a good look anyway for me. I didn't feel healthy. I mean, walking up the steps, I'm huffing and puffing. Not a good deal. Not now. I mean, I run up and down this house all the time now. But at the time, I wasn't doing what I was supposed to be doing. So I had to get active. And I found that if you add water to your regimen, because we're made up, our bodies are made up of like practically 50% of water. Women are 45%, and men, I believe, are 55% of water. Those are not exact figures, but we have to take in water in order to release water. Okay, and that's to get our body circulating properly, because the cells need water to carry nutrients about and throughout our bodies. So you want to drink half of your body weight in water. This helps you excrete like sweat. You know, you have to go to the bathroom. These are things you have to do where your body loses water, but your body doesn't lose the proper amount if you don't take in the proper amount. You understand? So an example is, if you weigh 100 pounds, half of your body weight would be 50 fluid ounces of water that you would drink per day. Per day, okay? So you want to turn around and get that water in on a daily basis. You don't weigh 100 pounds, but whatever your number is on how much you weigh, that's what you would drink. Half of your body weight, that number, half of that number is what you would drink per day. Now, you're not going to just jump into drinking that amount of water. You're going to have to wean yourself into getting used to drinking that much water, because it is a lot of water to take in, and your body isn't going to be used to it. So the first thing it's going to do is keep having you running back and forth to the bathroom. Okay, so one way to remedy that and make sure that you get a good night's sleep, because that helps with your pressure and with weight gain or weight loss. Sleep helps with your pressure and weight loss and weight gain. If you want to gain some weight, you got to sleep properly. If you want to lose some weight, you got to sleep properly. If you want your blood pressure to regulate and be normal, you got to eat properly. You have to take in the right amount of water. You have to get active, and you have to sleep right. Sleep is a major thing that you have to do. Okay, so if you stop drinking the water at least 2 hours before you're going to bed, this way your body, you can get rid of this excess water that you've been drinking and then have a restful sleep. Okay, so remember that. 2 hours before bedtime, no water. You may be able to hold it through. I mean, if you don't stop 2 hours ahead of time, you may be able to hold it until morning time. But that's not something you want to do, you know, not consistently anyway. So just try to cut off the water intake 2 hours before bedtime. That's why I say you can wake up early, start drinking in that water, finish by a certain hour, and then you don't have to worry about breaking your sleep to go to the bathroom. All right. But the first thing, like I said, that you're going to do is you are going to start drinking half of your body weight in water. The second thing is you're going to do, you're going to get active. Okay? So, if you can walk and you don't have no health issues, then you want to walk around your neighborhood, unless you got a treadmill, but you want to walk around your neighborhood and you want to do at least 5,000 steps per day. okay? 5,000 steps. Now, you may not be able to just go ahead and do 5,000 steps, or you may be able to. But if you can't just do 5,000 steps in a day, you're going to do better today than you did yesterday. Walk more steps today than you walked yesterday, okay? Always try to outdo the number you did before until you reach your goal. And then you can stick with that number, or you can beat it and do more than. You could go up to more than 5,000 in a day. I've done 10,000, 100, what was it? 108,000 steps in one day one time. I had a lot to do that day. I was out and about, but still it made me feel good. I don't sit there counting my steps, 1, 2, 3. No, I have an app inside of my phone, and it's called Steps. It's STEPZ, like S like Susie, T like Tom, E like eggs, P like Peter, Z like zebra. Steps. It's the Steps app. You download it. It's free. I mean, it may have some stuff in there that you can pay for, but I don't pay for it. I use it the free version. I'm not selling the app. I'm just trying to tell you, it's got a pedometer thing in there that counts your steps, and it tells you, wow, you did such and such. You know, you get little icons that rewards you for the amount of steps you've done for the day. Tells you if you climbed a mountain or if you walked up X amount of steps. And, you know, all the steps have some kind of icon that you get that makes you feel good that you're accomplishing something. So that's one way of counting your steps, keeping a good count on them. You know, if you have your own free app or something and you want to share that with us, and I can share it with other people, because not everybody has the same type of phone. They may have to pay in there. You know, I mean, it's free as far as I know, but I have an iOS phone. So anywho, that's number 2. So number 1 is hydrate. Drink that water, half of your body weight in fluid ounces of water. Number 2 is get active. Get those 5,000 steps in per day. And number 3 is eat healthier. You want to eat healthier, okay? So in order to eat healthier, you want to remove some of those junk foods that you eat. So if you are somebody who likes to eat out, eat fast food, slow down with the fast food and start substituting some of those things with some green vegetables and some green leafy vegetables, okay? Some green vegetables, I should say, and some leafy vegetables. Now, all of these things help in lowering your blood pressure. Hydrating, getting active, and the leafy vegetables and green vegetables, okay? So your green vegetables consist of peas, broccoli, string beans, if you can think of another one, you throw that in there. Leafy vegetables consist of turnip greens, collard greens, Brussels sprouts, kale, and any kind of other leafy vegetable like lettuce. Lettuce is also cabbage. Cabbage is actually very healthy for you, and it has other benefactors in it. But we'll get into that in another episode about cabbage. But right now, I want you to know the basic green vegetables and leafy green vegetables that you can take per day that can help you lower your blood pressure. Now, when you eat these green vegetables, what I want you to get used to doing is having at least 2 per day. You can do one green for lunch maybe, and 1 leafy green for dinner. It's up to you. Mix them up, switch them up, double them up twice a day, okay? And start dumping some of that fast food. Fast food, sausages, processed foods, junk foods, popcorns. Well, popcorn isn't too bad for you, but popcorn, you can add that in. Start replacing these things with sweets like grapes. I shouldn't say sweets, I meant fruits like grapes, oranges, cantaloupe, fruits, whatever type of fruits you like. Berries and all of that, those are great antioxidants to take in, okay? That helps flush your system, but the water really flushes your system, makes your face smooth, makes you feel good, honey. Drink that water, get that water in. Everybody, you are listening to the Brave Stars podcast. I hope you hit that subscribe button, download, share, save, tell your friends about it. Let's get healthy together. This is the Brave Stars podcast. Again, I am your host, Janice LaStar Simmons. I am here with you for this Motivational Monday, trying to help you feel happy and get you together for a whole nother week. I want you to practice these things, implement these things into your day, okay? So those 3 things again: drink half your body weight in water, fluid ounces of water, right? Get active and walk at least 5,000 steps per day. Eat your veggies, green leafy vegetables and green vegetables, 2 per day, every day, okay? Always, always, always do better today than you were yesterday, okay? I love you, I miss you, and I care. And I hope to see you next week for Motivational Mondays. I just love talking to you guys. Later, Gator.